To the Batmobile. Let's go.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
All right. Base Boy Banter, episode 93. Seven away there, big guy. 7 away. Special announcement coming very soon on episode 100. Very soon. I wanted to do it tonight, but Brian told me no. So, blame Brian. Leaving angry comments in the comment section that you want to know what's going to happen for episode 100 because we have plans, and I want to tell them to you. But Brian is the fun police. So
I am the fun police.
This has been a rough month and a half.
Yeah.
Of news wise. I mean, there's stuff I could have scratched and scraped and but no, it really is nothing worthy. It's nothing news. It's not news. Mm-hmm. It's really not news. There's been no news. There's really one giant piece of news. And then we're going to recap some stuff we've watched. So let's talk about the giant piece of news first, because it is pretty big.
Right.
Colin Trevorrow, the director of the beloved, amazing movie Jurassic World, has been removed as the director of Star Wars Episode 9, Untitled. I'm not actually surprised. I'm not, right. Because they announced it so early that this was going to announce, or this was going to direct, or blah, blah. This was who was going to announce.
This was who's going to announce. Or no, I just messed it up too. You got me going.
This is going to who's direct 8. This is who's going to direct 9. Blah 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 blah. It's after midnight. Give me a fucking break. And apparently they were like really in love with the dude. And then he did Jurassic World, and apparently he was kind of a pain in the ass on that, but Steven Spielberg like handpicked him, right. So no one could be like, you're fired. Mm-hmm. And then after that was like a box office success, which it wasn't a good movie. I mean, I turned to the guy from New Girl who was in the control room, who I absolutely hated that part. There was just a lot about that movie I dislike, a lot actually. I guess he got a big head, and then he had some movie come out. I don't know the name of it, but apparently it flopped, and it was like awful. And after that happened, that was like all the red flags. And then he started being a complete douchebag. And then they're like, you know what, you're out of here. Now I've heard names like J.J. Abrams coming back, Rian Johnson, the guy who's doing Last Jedi, Steven Spielberg, I've heard rumored.
Really?
There's been some names floated around. Well, they went and got Ron Howard to finish up Han Solo after the debacle of Lord of Miller. Right. They haven't had a great... You look at the track record. Josh Trank was supposed to do the Boba Fett movie, gone. Right. Now we're getting Han Solo. Those directors gone. New director. This dude gone. You know, Abrams worked out, and that was a good movie. I like Force Awakens.
Right.
Rian Johnson, my choice, I think, would actually be Rian Johnson. I haven't seen The Last Jedi, but I have a feeling I'm really going to like it. I have a feeling I'm going to like it more than I liked Force Awakens.
Right.
I have a feeling it might be a really amazing movie.
Well, and I don't think it's a bad idea to go with one of the directors you already used and was successful, but I guess...
Well, and this is the setup. Let him have the payoff. You know what I mean? If Last Jedi is the setup for 9, let him do the payoff.
I'd almost rather have someone... Because I like the idea of... So you have Abrams start it.
Right. Rian Johnson.
Then Rian Johnson do the middle one. I would almost rather have Abrams do the finish it.
I don't see...
But because I feel like... Because didn't A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and then...
Return of the
Jedi, wasn't it the exact same way where it was one director?
No. Lucas directed all of them.
But somebody else directed.
No.
Yeah.
Lucas directed all. Like, I'm pretty sure Lucas directed all
wrong,
of them.
Completely wrong. I know for a fact.
I'm pretty sure.
The second one, somebody else did most. He was probably credited, but I know for a fact because people have talked about the reason the second one's so good is Lucas had the smallest hand in it.
You're right.
Yes.
Right here on the back, it says directed by Irvin
Right.
Kershner.
I told you. Kershner did the second one.
Interesting.
Because and that's why I think it would be a good formula.
I
think
don't
they
really-
stumbled into a good formula because you don't have the same guy who set up the end, finish it because he's got this vision, and you kind of just tweak it just slightly.
I don't know. I get what you're saying,
Right.
But I don't want JJ.
And
Abrams
we're
back.
just
I'm just saying I don't want
theory
JJ.
crafting.
Although there's a really funny video out there of Michael Bay. It was like a spoof thing. Michael Bay coming for
geez.
episode 9. That will never happen, thank God. But we can all watch that video and laugh hysterically.
Well, and
I'd be fine. I'd be fine with
I think anybody
really.
I just think the smart choice would be not to do. I can't remember his name. Second movie or
Ryan Johnson?
Yeah, I think the smart move, not because anything against Ryan Johnson. I think the smart, safe move is to not put all your eggs in one basket.
I can't really say for sure until I've seen episode 8. To be honest.
Okay, so
I don't know. I mean, I trust the story group. I trust that they
Right.
have the story's best interest in mind. So whoever they put in there, I'll be fine with that. You know what I mean?
But you have to also, I guess my point ultimately is when you're thinking, okay, you're going to gamble, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you want to gamble on 2 movies that the director's going to be awesome or suck, or have 2 directors for each?
One's already done, and there's a lot of people who don't like a lot of what J.J. Abrams did with the first one. That it was just a retread. So I don't know. That's why I'm saying, like, let's
Abrams
just see.
not doing Abrams is
let's
fine.
just see who they end up getting,
Right.
and then we can have another discussion on if we like that choice. So let's move on from there. Like I said, that was it. That's all the news. There's some Thor Ragnarok stuff. There's a bunch of set visit stuff that's been coming out, and way more news than I want to know. I'm staying away from all of it. I don't need any spoilers. I don't want anything to distract me from just enjoying that movie. I don't want to know too much. I really don't. There was a TV clip that even came out that I think gave away more story than anything that's come out so far. Good thing is I watched it and forgot it all in the same moment. I think purposefully.
Should we mention that it came out and everybody
Yeah,
likes
everyone's
it?
talking about it. I mean, I was gonna mention it.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention it.
It's been getting really, really good reviews.
Everyone says it's great. Blah 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 blah. I hate horror movies.
I'm not a huge fan either, honestly. But someone I trust with horror movies.
They say
gave
it's
it
a very like
positive.
80s feel, like an homage to an 80s
Right.
horror movie. Very, I guess like Stranger Things, or whatever that fucking show on Netflix is. I've never seen it. I can't tell you. But
Yeah, someone I trust with his horror movie opinions
right.
gave it a very, very positive review.
No, everyone who's seen it that I know has liked it. So
Right.
maybe, I don't know. I'll think about it. I never saw Spider-Man Homecoming.
Well, I just thought it was worth mentioning. Not,
It is. No, it
I'm gonna
definitely
go see
is.
it tomorrow or anything, but it was worth
The
mentioning.
couch might go see it tomorrow.
He can tell us then
He
what he,
could.
thought.
He could definitely tell us what his opinions. Maybe we'll bring him on for episode 94. Right? Next one's 94. Now it'll probably be a couple weeks from now. Wrestling pay-per-view in a couple weeks. Kingsman, the Golden Circle in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah,
That I'm pumped for. Now that I'm there.
we're gonna have to dust off
Reviews.
the reviews section
Holy
of
buckets.
the channel.
I think reviews might have just switched to Thor's thoughts at this point.
Pretty much, yeah.
Kinda. They kind of have. They kind of have.
Well, yeah.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's talk about stuff. There is other things to cover. So, The Orville is a show written by Seth MacFarlane, starring Seth MacFarlane. It's kind of a Spaceballsy Star Trek. It's not as like
I'm gonna
flat out.
I'm gonna let you keep talking.
I'm just saying
but
it's a satire. It's a satire.
you keep
Star
going.
Trek.
I have an opinion. So.
I know but it's a satire Star Trek, right? It's a Star Trek type show, but it's done more satirical.
Right.
But it's a little bit drier humor than you'd expect from Seth MacFarlane. It's not the Family Guy, the Ted, the dirty.
There wasn't a single fart joke.
There wasn't a lot of like. I think that was done purposefully, and it actually was one of the reasons I enjoyed it more. I thought it was going to be way too over the top.
Me too.
Unfortunately, a lot of the funniest moments they did show in the trailers leading up for it and the commercials, because they showed commercials on Fox like
Right.
all the time. so you could not know this show was about to happen. But I enjoyed it. I'm excited to see what's happening next. We did set up the DVR to record it every week, so I'll probably start watching it every week, build it into something, do something with it. But I was intrigued. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it, and I enjoyed what they were doing. I could use a couple more yucks, though. A couple more laughs, like real laughs. What, you had an opinion?
So I think your synopsis is pretty good.
I know you don't compare it to Spaceballs as much because
completely. I think Spaceballs is.
I'm just saying what Spaceballs was to Star Wars. This is kind of like this in the same vein to Star Trek.
But I feel like Spaceballs was way more. This is literally serious, and then something.
Well, like the opening scene, he walks in on his wife cheating on him with a blue alien, and then the blue alien bursts some sort of goo out of his head. I mean, it was like I said, it wasn't that serious.
I compare it more to like The Office or.
See, you said that Parks and Rec or something.
Something where it's a show where it's. Seems very. You'd almost, if you were to watch a snippet of it, you wouldn't even realize it's a comedy.
But they don't talk to the. See, I would go with you on that if they like were aware that the cameras were there to some capacity.
I mean, more like it's supposed to be a normal. It's supposed to feel normal. Like if you and I were on a spaceship, this is what it would feel like. There would be some humor. Whereas in Star Trek, there's no humor because it's a science fiction show.
No, there's humor in Star Trek. There's humor in Star Trek.
There's almost no humor in Star Trek, and if it's there, it's pretty.
Oh, it's small. Dry. It's some dry humor, but there's humor. There's some funny stuff, and I think they try to work some humor into a lot of the Star Trek episodes. The
it's
Next Generation,
science fiction. It's supposed to be
all of them.
Well, I guess I won't say
Deep Space Nine,
dude.
The Ferengi.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. Straight. This is
not supposed to be straight. It had a straighter feel than I think one we were anticipating.
Right.
But it's not meant to be like straight. It's more meant we can agree it's a satire.
Right.
On like a Star Trek type show.
Right.
Okay.
But it's not like wild and crazy. Like
it's not. No, like we said, it's
was.
not. It's not. There wasn't any, there wasn't. There's no, like I said, it's not exactly like Spaceball. I'm just saying it's in the similar vein. It's okay. Or Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I would agree with that.
Oh, Jesus, thank you. All right, it's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Star Trek. It's not Spaceball, Star Trek, whatever. It's not as funny as Spaceballs, number one, but it's not a bad show either.
I don't think it's supposed to be
but it's not supposed to be like
wild.
As funny. I know. It's not, because it's not a full-on, like, that's a spoof.
Right.
That's a spoof. This is a satire. Different.
Right. Well, that's what
but
I'm saying.
But there's not like a satirical, Galaxy Quest, I guess.
But
that's like a satire that was like meant to be serious.
I could agree with that more so, I think.
We're disagreeing and agreeing on comparisons to the fucking show.
Yeah.
Whatever. Orville, it's the Seth MacFarlane
It's
show.
good. I liked it.
It's fine. It was all right. It was good. It was decent.
I think it's solid.
I said that. Decent.
Especially if you are really into Star Trek, I think you'd...
And if you don't like Family Guy and stuff like that, you might actually still like this show. People who don't love like his type of humor, I think would like this show. And I think that was kind of the point, is it appeals to a broader audience than what he normally does.
Well, and it's not so, I don't know, crazy and wild and just
it's
ridiculous.
It's not over the top. It's not over the top and ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, it's not shock value and stuff like that. It like I said, I think it's toned down to, get more viewers and to attract to a broader audience. So, best part of the week, Dragon Ball Super. No episode last week because Labor Day. But we did get a new episode of Dragon Ball Super this week. It was a filler episode, but it was good filler. It was called The Matches Begin at the end of the episode, and they didn't really begin. And we're all off to the planet ...
Yeah.
So that was fun. They showed up. So in the beginning of the episode, Whis is loading everyone into a box and like a jelly box thing to travel to wherever the tournament of gods or destroyers is being held.
Mm-hmm.
So who's all there? Like the boys, Goten and Trunks, Bulma.
Pretty much everybody.
Everyone who doesn't have a job. Gohan's not there because he's got the conference.
Right.
You know what I mean? Was Videl there?
I don't.
Was
remember.
Videl and her kid there and he didn't come? Then that would be weird. Was Roshi was there? There were whatever. They brought a contingency of people. Boo was there. Satan was there. There was a fart joke on the way to the planet. Whatever. Satan made an awesome joke.
I don't even remember it.
Wasn't it like?
It was so awesome.
Boo made a poo poo.
Oh God.
Wasn't it that?
I hope not.
I thought it was. I laughed pretty hard. It was pretty funny. I'm pretty sure that was what it was. That's what my brain's telling me.
Out on.
So they travel into the other or to where the tournament's being held. Jesus, I'm struggling at this point.
Did you think tonight we were gonna watch Rick and Morty, Dragon Ball Super, and a Seth MacFarlane show and football? Well, and WWE Network, and that the Seth MacFarlane show would be the only one not to do a fart joke tonight. Right.
Were
you the one? Did you? No, did that even cross your mind?
If I was a betting man, I wouldn't taken them.
Not even close.
But yeah, so back to Dragon Ball Super. They get to the planet, and then they have to take they see the giant Dragon Balls, the Super Dragon Balls,
right?
And then they get to the planet, and then Champa shows up with Whis' older sister, which we found that out that was his older sister. I think we found that out in tonight's episode. I think they revealed that.
I don't remember.
They said it, but they might have said it before, and I just don't remember. Whatever. Right. So his older sister, who's Champa's attendant. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Did they change the seating after they giving him crap about the bleacher seating? And there was like bleacher seating for like 10 people. Mm-hmm. Then the Kai showed up. Supreme Kai. What was Kobito?
Kibito, yeah.
Yeah, Kibito. And then the Kais from Universe 6 showed up. So everyone's there. Everyone
pretty
gathered.
Much just like a gathering.
It was like a gathering.
Meetup.
Yeah, it was like a gathering one. They had Piccolo, obviously, because he's in the tournament. Then they did the tests, because there was supposed to be that written test. Oh, we got Frieza from Dimension 6. And then we got a Saiyan from Universe 6, Dimension 6. Whatever.
Well, and then a weird jelly-looking bear guy.
Yep.
A robot.
Something that looks like Cooler a little bit.
Yeah.
And then...
That was it. That's 5.
Oh, and Goku met the fighter dude and punched him in the face, and he almost cried. That was weird. It was a good episode.
And
it was
his name means something like he has full nipples.
Oh, the nipples. The giant nipples. Yeah.
Dragon Ball is getting kind of crazy.
It is, but it's good. It's good stuff. So the tournament's going to start literally at the end of the episode. Oh, so Boo failed the test. So now they only have 4 people to go up against their 5 because Boo failed the test, the written test. He fell asleep, and there's no waking him up, apparently. So now it's 4 on 5. Goku's up first. Goku gets in the ring against the big jelly bear, and they ring the bell, and the episode stops, and then credits roll. I was pretty pissed, but I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a surprise, but it was still irritating. So next week will be the official beginning of the tournament. We'll get at least probably the opening few matches, I would say. You know this first match is going to be fast. It's going to be a quick one. I could foresee that.
I really hope, because honestly, I only remember, because I seen spoilers on like the last couple matches, so I don't remember the first couple, but I really hope you're right in your prediction that Goku loses right away.
Oh, that would be funny. Yeah, Goku loses the first match and is out. That'd be hilarious. Although I have a feeling that Earth ends up going to Universe 6 for some reason.
Really?
It's just a weird,
I don't remember, honestly. I just watched the last couple matches.
We'll find out. But here's let's cross our fingers and hope for some goddamn news over the next week or so we can get you some news and put out some, real shit. We got Dragon Ball Super still coming. Like I said, we got a wrestling pay-per-view. Did I say that? Well, we were talking about that. 2 weeks from a wrestling pay-per-view. What's it called? Which one is it?
No Mercy?
No Mercy, yes. The Raw pay-per-view. We got Kingsman in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
So there's things on the horizon. Thor is not that far off. It really isn't, people. It really,
You're just going to have to deal with boring for a couple weeks.
And let's hope we find out who the director of episode 9 is. There should be some stuff. I mean, we need some trailers.
Right.
There's something. Something's got to drop. Something's got to happen. But this is Based by Banter, episode 93. I'm Thor. That's Brian. Find us on the intro webs all over the place. Just search Based by Banter. Anywhere you look, we're there. Right?
Of course.
Lurking in dark corners and weird, creepy
Hiding
alleys.
in the corner while you're taping Rick and Morty.
Yes, that's me in the corner. Yes. Shout out to REM. Till the next episode, like, share, subscribe. Deuces. If you like what you just saw, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and like our Facebook page.